you don't need rest. You can rest when you're dead, or you rest when you're sleeping. No days off. Trainings in the 6-7 days a week. That caught up to me real fast. It'll create a lot of burnout, but also like your body isn't recovering when you're in the gym. It's recovering when you're on your rest days and when you're sleeping. Okay. This is weird.
Why?
Ah, man.
Pretty comfortable. What? Dude, you're just out of it. There's a lot of buttons on that. What else does it do? Does it blink?
No, it just increases the brightness or decreases.
Gotcha.
Ugh.
Camera's crooked.
Is what it is, man. All right. Strength Cast episode, I think this is 19. Yeah, 19.
Dang.
I know.
That's crazy. That was terrible.
Yeah, guys, so we're doing a little bit in reverse order.
Already got the gains today.
Post-workout.
Yeah.
We didn't really think about filming anything before workout. We just kind of got started. I have...
Marshmallows.
Yeah, this is actually a leftover flavor from last year. But I was able to order it in, but they only had like 1 or 2 in stock. But this is the Bum isolate protein. It is frothed hot cocoa. So this is Chris Bumstead's brand. He has a lisp, so with all of his products, he plays on his lisp. So it's frosted hot cocoa, or frothed hot cocoa. It's so hard to say. It's
Frosted.
It's an isolate protein. Protein. And isolate and frosted, and his pre-workout is Thavage and Super Thavage. So
Pretty sick.
anyways, so yeah, I got like 1 scoop left. Basically hot cocoa. It tastes like frickin' Swiss Miss, let's be honest. I'm not
Like what?
Swiss Miss.
What's that?
Like instant hot cocoa. Like the hot cocoa powder you can...
Oh, is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's one of the brands, but I don't know, it's alright. Thankfully, it's not this year's seasonal flavor, hopefully, but
Yeah.
Sarah likes it, but I don't know, it's just hot cocoa with marshmallows, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Is it good?
that's alright. It's fine.
What do you usually?
I don't know. Whatever.
Do you drink a protein shake every day after your lift?
Yeah. Yeah, I do a protein shake after a workout,
Do you
and
do it just because, or do you just not?
it sits
You
well.
definitely get your protein in.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Through your meals.
Yeah. Like on my non-train days, I don't drink protein. On my train days, so like the amount of food I eat right now it's a good amount. So I feel like a protein shake sits well with me. It doesn't sit too heavy in my stomach before a workout, and then after workout, I'm not usually that hungry.
Water, right?
Yeah, I just use water.
Way better than milk.
And
In sitting wise terms.
yeah, sitting wise, definitely. I mean, I feel like it's just a matter of personal preference when it comes to water versus milk or almond milk or whatever.
I mean, if you want to enjoy it, then I actually personally enjoy the taste better because I like it thinner.
Yeah,
I don't like the thick protein.
I'm actually kind of switching it up. So like, I used to be a big fan of the thick proteins, and maybe when I'm deeper in competition prep, I like that thick
Yeah, it's
that
a little
thickness.
bit of a treat.
Yeah, it sits a little bit heavier and makes me feel more satiated or full. But anymore, like I like the thinner isolates. Plus, isolate proteins, it less lactose, it less whey in it, and it's just more of a pure protein. And it digests a lot faster. So like if I have another, like right now with the amount of food I'm eating, it doesn't make me feel as bloated. And for people that might have some digestive issues, it could relieve like gassiness or stomach discomfort or trips to the bathroom and stuff like that. But for me, like it just means it doesn't sit my stomach as heavy, so I can move on to my next meal and not feel like super full and bloated.
Sure.
Plus, I usually eat quite a bit of carbs with it. I usually do like 3 bananas and an apple along with this, and so yeah. But so, anyways, that's it. But I'm just gonna sip on this. I still have a little bit of my intro workout. My intro workout right now. So we had been carrying like different intro workouts by like Hostile or Gorilla, but it was kind of hit and miss on their availability. And so I really like having an intro workout with like having some carbs, some EAAs. So what I've been doing, actually, I kind of got this idea a little bit from Chance, and then I did some more research. Mine's a little bit different than Chance's intra-workout, but I do 3 ounces of pomegranate juice. And like, I'm not a pomegranate fan whatsoever, but the pomegranate juice isn't bad. I usually get the Pom brand. Sam's Club sells like big 64-ounce bottles, and it lasts me forever. So I'm doing 3 ounces of pomegranate juice, and then I do 2 ounces of tart cherry juice. I get that at Walmart. It's the Great Value brand, but it comes in like a big glass jar. It's 100% tart cherry juice. It doesn't have any sugar or anything added. That has a really good flavor. So it's like kind of like a tartar cherry flavor. And then I mix in a scoop of EAAs. Right now I'm taking the Axis Ledge Juicy Nectar, so it's like a fruity flavor. So it actually mixes really, really well. It's just nice. And I fill this all the way up with water and ice and sip on it through the workout. Some good carbs from the fruit juice. So pomegranate juice can actually help with increasing, like, vascularity, blood flow, and things like that. Tart cherry juice is actually super, super healthy for you. It can help reduce inflammation in the body, which during a workout, I mean, that's not really necessary, but I like the flavor of it again. But also there's some really good health benefits with tart cherry juice when it comes to kidney function. So it can actually help like increase kidney function, or like if you have any kidney issues, which I don't, but it can help with that per the research, not per me. So yeah, the EAAs have a hydration aspect, coconut water powder, sodium, potassium, magnesium, so it helps hydrate me and fuel me through my workout. And I feel like I'm less dead during my workout than I would be if I were drinking regular water. So if you guys want a quick hack, pomegranate juice, tart cherry juice, it's like $10 for both of them, and it'll last you over a month. Just if you bought like a 64-ounce bottle, and then if you bought a thing of EAAs, that'll last you, just as long. So, and I mean, that's if you're gonna take it every single day, and you only need it on your. So
cool.
So yeah, super cheap. And it's a lot cheaper compared to the EAA or the intra workouts. And you could ask me in person or send us messages. I mean, I've got some other ideas. I might start buying Pico 2 and adding it to this. That helps with increasing your VO2 max. Basically more oxygen available in the body, so more performance. That's one thing I do like about the Hostile brand, is it does have Pico 2 in it, and I felt like that really was like almost like a performance enhancer for me. But yeah, so
10 o'clock? No. Why is that late? Oh, it's different.
I don't know.
Oh, it's a workout one.
It says, my watch says my workout's still going. It keeps doing that, but yeah. Sorry, I got a little bit of a congestion going on. So, anything noteworthy that you want to talk about?
I don't got nothing, man.
I feel like I'm talking a million miles an hour.
I'm working. You are. You're like going crazy.
Yeah.
It's
My
all
pre-workout's still going. I took a
I'm
20
chilling
today.
now. Did you?
Yeah.
So did I.
0 RR week. So
Scuba total war.
I did a single shot, single RTD, but yeah. So I've been thinking about talking about this topic for a little bit. And we could really go down a rabbit hole, and I don't want this to be a super, super long podcast. But I was thinking, I did a post, a week or so ago, a couple weeks ago, about 5 common mistakes a lot of beginners make. Mm-hmm. So I thought it'd be kind of a cool topic for us maybe to talk about the mistakes we made early on, and maybe even some of the mistakes we currently still make in our fitness journey, things like that. So
yeah. So you want me to start?
By all means.
Do you know some of the mistakes you've made already?
I made so many I probably couldn't count them all. But
go ahead and start.
I think early on, some of the mistakes I made was doing too much. That's probably one of the first mistakes I probably made, and a mistake, I'm not trying to call anyone out, but a mistake I see a lot of people make currently. And so when I say doing too much, it's like I used to be one of those guys. It's like, oh, you don't need rest. You can rest when you're dead, or you rest when you're sleeping. No days off. Trainings in the 6-7 days a week, and that caught up to me real fast.
Yeah, I feel like that changes as you get older.
Yeah, and it'll create a lot of burnout, but also like your body isn't recovering when you're in the gym. It's recovering when you're on your rest days and when you're sleeping and things like that. So for me, it was just trying to go to the gym too many times. I think for most people, they could really actually benefit by 3 to 4 days a week. I'd say most commonly people are in about 5 days a week, which there's nothing wrong with that. I would just say, like, if you're going that frequently, scale back your intensity a little bit. And if you don't know what intensity is, watch our previous podcast with Nolan. He did an awesome job explaining the difference between intensity and volume. And so, yeah, just doing too much, going too hard, too early, not allowing time for recovery, and then it kind of resulted in some aches, pains, and like not injuries, but some irritations. And then I feel like that kind of carried forward, and honestly impacted me even today with some some little twinges and tweaks and issues I have currently. So
yeah, I can see that. I definitely think, like, when I was 20 to 25, training that like time in my life, I definitely felt way different than I do now. And I trained harder and I recovered faster, which you're going to because your body's just...
Back then you did?
Yeah. But now I can tell that I'm getting older. Like, I definitely need that to give my body that opportunity to rest and to, bounce back.
Not to interrupt you. So you said you trained harder back then.
More volume, now, more days a week.
Do you think you're actually training?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah.
But do you think that effort that you're putting forward back then was as beneficial as what you're doing now?
I think it was back then because I was younger and my body didn't need that opportunity to recover as much as now. And now I definitely now the workouts we do. I feel like I'm older, so I just need more, like, I have more body aches and like my back is sore more, and like, I don't know, it's just a lot different back when you're that age compared to when you're getting up in your 30s and whatnot. Because I trained. I was in the gym every day of the week when I was at Rex's. Literally, we'd be there Saturday, Sunday mornings, and then I'd be there every day after work. And I trained hard, and I trained differently than we do now. I'm trying to think.
You probably did more strength-based lifting than...
Right. Yeah, and it was legs and shoulders and arms on Wednesdays, then deadlifts and back on Thursdays, then chest on Fridays, and then Saturdays it was whatever, I can't remember, but it was like every day you had something that you did differently. And if I did that now, like, I would be burnt out and I would just not be able to do it. But when I was that age, it was very easy for me to. I had that energy, and I don't know.
Now, one caveat then. So, if you feel like you would have trained more like you do now back then, do you think you would be able to do more today? So, you're agreeing to my mistake. Do you have a different mistake? Ah, dang it. I got someone. Okay.
What was that about?
She's looking for more bitches grip, but we're out.
Oh, dang. Kilo scared the shit out of her. Did you see her jump?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, fuck.
And we're back. So, a mistake that you've made.
Gosh. Consistency would be a major mistake, making sure that you're in here. Never allowing that opportunity to ever not, don't get out of the rhythm. Because once you're out of the rhythm, you could be out of the rhythm for 6 months.
Or longer.
Yeah, or longer. Luckily, I've always loved coming to the gym, and it's been a huge mental aspect of my life. So it's always brought me back naturally. But yeah, don't allow yourself to get out of the rhythm of coming to the gym.
Fair. Yeah, I've definitely fallen off early on.
Yeah.
And I would say probably in my college years, where in high school I wasn't very consistent. My cousin really tried to get me in and keep me consistent, but I worked a lot, and I didn't have a lot of income, so I kind of prioritized work and stuff over lifting, and just hanging out with friends and stuff like that. And then when I got older, girls and other interests, and stuff. And well, honestly, when I got really consistent was when I've kind of told the story before, but was when I got out of a relationship when I was like 22. That's when I actually, like, because I was in and out of the gym, and stuff, but I wasn't real consistent. So like when I was like 22, that's when I got really consistent, and then that's when it was like, oh, no days off and stuff.
Right.
But like, I was just trying to fill the void there,
Right.
And stuff. So yeah, I would say for me, also not prioritizing form.
Form, yeah, definitely a big one.
Yeah.
Making sure what your goal is too.
Yeah.
So like, let's bring that back up. But yeah, form. Just quit swinging that weight. Don't have that giant ego where you need to go and. I can do a 45-pound dumbbell, like just curl, right? And I can do that, and I can get 12 reps solid heavy. But like if you can't do that heavy weight, like don't be ashamed to do that lighter, like 25-pound, because I can still get a major pump and like while I'm lifting with a lighter weight. It's just going to take me more to get there, and I'm just going to have to squeeze harder. Yeah. But yeah, don't let your ego get ahead of you, because you're definitely making no progress. You're doing not quite the opposite of what you're coming here to do, right? And that's gain strength, and you're going to end up hurting yourself. You're not going to allow your body to actually grow, and if you're not doing those reps right.
Yeah.
Especially, and then when you get into like your squats and deadlifts, if your form's not on point, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Oh man, yeah, like especially like squats and deadlifts and bench, like you see the people that like when they do a squat, they just drop down and then all the pressure just hits their knees and their low back, and then they just bounce out. It's like that may be fine for now, but it's gonna wreak havoc on your joints and connective tissue and tendons, like in the long run, and just create poor habits, and then you will get injured. Bouncing the bars off the chest and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on with that, like doing lateral raises where you're just throwing it up. But I mean, I look back now, like I do lighter weight now and get more out of it than I had 10 years ago.
Keep the momentum out of your lifts.
Yeah. The one thing I learned from Tor too when we were training together, when he was coaching me, is try to make lightweight heavy.
Lightweight, baby.
Yeah, something like that. So it's like, because you almost want to take the efficiency. This might sound weird, but like, try to make a lift inefficient, because your body's lazy, so it's going to try to find the most efficient way, but it may not be the most ideal way to move it. Right. So if you're doing like a bench press, like your body's naturally going to want to kick your elbows way out and incorporate your shoulders too, because it's trying to just recruit as many muscles as possible to move that weight, where you need to actually be aware and focus on, maybe tilting your elbows in a little bit more, and getting the chest in, and, pressing through with your chest instead of pressing through with your shoulders, just using that as an example. I think nutrition, I mean, we would have to talk about nutrition.
Yeah, let's go to that after this. You need to figure out what you want, too. Are you bodybuilding? Are you strength training? That's going to play a major role in what your discipline needs to be like, and what your training blocks need to be like, and how many times a week you're going to be in the gym. And
what your food looks like.
Yeah, right. So
yeah,
figure out what you're doing, what your goal is.
It's always good to have... Careful. It's always good to have short-term and long-term goals too. Like, I mean, obviously we all have this ideal image in our head of what we want to accomplish, but that isn't going to be immediate. Right. So is it going to be, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, a 1-year plan, even 6 months? Just always have like a long-term like goal that seems so ridiculous it's out of reach, and then also have like, shorter term goals, like, okay, I'm just getting in the gym, so I need to make sure I can do a bodyweight squat before I can squat 400 pounds. Yeah. Just really sticking with the basics and whatnot, because I mean, there's nothing wrong with just doing things, real basic, and the tried and true, like, movements and everything prior to, you know, reinventing the wheel and doing all these funky TikTok and Instagram exercises that you see all these people doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, going into nutrition too, that was a big thing. Like, I really didn't see a lot of progression and improvement until I actually started eating an adequate amount of food, especially protein. You know, making sure I was getting in about 1 gram per pound of protein. Really, for most people, that's, you know, 0.75 to 1 gram per pound is usually enough for most general people. You know, I also see the other side of the spectrum. People will say, "Oh, I'm trying to eat as much protein as possible. I eat 300 grams of protein a day." It's like, yeah, but unless you're 300 pounds, that's really like not going to benefit you, and it might actually wreak havoc on your digestive system. So just make sure you're eating enough food, or, you know, and, you know, the amount of food that you're eating is, you know, matching up with what your goals are. You know, don't think that if you're trying to lose weight, you need to eat only 500 calories. That's not going to benefit you, and no one should be eating only 500 calories. So if you have any questions or need help with nutrition, you can always reach out and ask. I never claim to be an expert, but we can definitely point you in the right direction. There's a lot of other resources out there too. Especially in our gym, there's so many good resources.
Yeah. Get a training partner. Somebody to rely on, somebody you can count on.
Yep.
Before I was training with Chris, I lifted with a really great friend of ours, Tristan Reyes, R.I.P. He's now gone.
He's not
here, but he's not with us, you know. We came to the gym a lot at 4 a.m. and just having that accountability, like, just isn't major, right? Yeah, but we don't have to.
Okay.
He worked a day job, you know. We're privileged.
You're not wrong.
In different ways.
Yeah.
But, no, we work really hard to be able to come here at this time.
Yeah.
Anyway, just the accountability alone, knowing that when that alarm goes off, somebody is waiting on you to get up and be there, right?
Dude, that gets me up.
Huge. So, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things that...
You don't realize how capable you are until you have someone just standing over you, like, come on, like, you can do it. Because, you know, it's one thing to not want to disappoint yourself, but then have that thought of, like, dang, like, I don't want to let this person down, or I don't want this person to feel like they're dragging me through a workout and I'm holding them back. Yeah. Like, today, like, you were getting ahead of me in the workout, and, like, dude, the only thing I could think of is, like, I gotta speed up, like, I'm not doing enough, like, you know, I'm holding Seth up, like, I just felt bad. You know,
I don't know why. I was just like
you're flying through it.
I was.
I just
good,
felt
it was strong.
I didn't
feel like I needed those, like, all those, like, warm up.
For me,
I did a couple warm up sets. I had 2 quick warm up sets on the lateral raise, and then I went right to 30, and I was like, it felt so good. And then my second set I did at 25, and that felt really well, and it was just rolling.
For me, I wasn't feeling the greatest anyways, and
but
so
I wasn't gonna bug you about it either. So
I wasn't feeling the greatest. I'm just like, I know I need more time to warm up today.
Yeah.
And even though I was already warming up when you got in here, I just wanted to take some extra time. Sleep. You could talk to Ryan. You know, Ryan Irwin, the gentleman that coached me, you know, and turned me pro. That was a constant weekly conversation that we would have. I just never sleep enough. I've literally always struggled with sleep. My mind doesn't shut off.
You were here. What night was it? Sunday night. You were here at like 7:30. Were you in the sauna?
Yeah. How'd you know that? Did you drive by?
Yeah, we're coming back from Dubuque.
Yeah. I mean, I just struggle with sleep, and like, then for whatever it is, like, I feel like late at night I get a second wind, and like I just think about all the things I should have done, and that I could have done better, could have done differently, and it keeps me up, and like, it's just, honestly, I have to basically not drug myself, but I have to, like, I don't have to, but
I have to.
I I do take a sleep aid fairly frequently. I don't usually take it in the weekends, but I take a sleep aid, and I don't do like a full scoop or full serving. It's just enough to kind of like slow me down, and it really helps me relax my brain. Otherwise, like, man, there'll be times I'll be up. I'll just like lay in bed and just stare at the ceiling.
Yeah.
And you know, I will say it used to be so much worse, like early on, the early stages of starting the business, like just the stress. And there was always going to be stress with that. This as corny as this may sound, and I've told her this, like once Sarah and I got together, like she leveled me out. Like she calmed me down. And like without doing anything, without saying anything, just like her presence there, like it like brought me down. And so that was great.
You turn that back on.
What you're doing, but it's not turning. There it is. Thanks. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys already know this. You want to try sleeping. They say 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours a night. Do your best to get as much sleep as you can.
This
but
light's freaking me out.
yeah, it's driving me crazy. But
maybe it just needs tightened.
fix it.
Anyway, yeah.
So
get some sleep.
Get some sleep. So you're not gonna recover if you're not sleeping,
No.
and you're not doing yourself any justice coming in here off of 2 to 4 hours of sleep. Obviously, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you're doing something great, if you got kids, if you're building businesses, just scale your workouts accordingly to your sleep habits. And yeah, and there's a lot of new technology like watches and rings and apps and stuff that's give you your readiness and stuff like that. So maybe try tracking it with that.
I had to start taking 1 to 2 milligrams of melatonin, and then I'd have a magnesium spray bottle, and I spray it all over my legs and my feet, rub it in, and it just knocks me out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just take magnesium pills.
My mom had given me that, and she's like, try this, and it works.
Interesting. Kind of like an essential oil kind of thing.
Yeah. She's big into that stuff. Hello, Luca. I don't know what that is. It fixes everything, I guess. Anyway, yeah. I want to touch base on Olympia
We can?
as well. I mean, it was this week.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Honestly, I feel like it was pretty accurate. When it
When did it start? I didn't watch any of it, by the way. I just seen clips and stuff.
prejudging was Friday.
Okay.
And then figure, fitness, 212, and women's bodybuilding were on Friday night. And then they have all the amateur stuff starting Wednesday or something like that too.
Okay.
But and then for men's bodybuilding and I think classic physique, prejudging was also Friday night. I could be wrong on classic. And then then they had the routines, everything on Saturday, and call outs and finals. Also physique too was Saturday, and bikini. So yeah, Moan kind of, I feel like, shocked the world a little bit.
Yeah.
He won the classic physique Olympia. That was cool. I forget the women. I kind of fast forwarded and watched some of the finals.
You had a busy weekend.
Sarah, yeah, I mean, I bought the pay-per-view, but I had to watch it late, so I was trying to stay off of social media so I didn't, ruin the surprise. But I did get on Google, and I saw Derek Lunsford pop up on Google. I'm like, damn it! So I already kind of figured he was going to win it. In Mr. Olympia. Sarah really loves watching the women's classes. She likes watching the guys too. But she likes watching the wellness and fitness. They do all kinds of gymnastic routines and stuff like that. It is pretty entertaining. It's some wild stuff that they do.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of handstands with one arm, balancing stuff. It's nuts.
Wow.
They can get props and run and jump out off of stuff and flip in the air. It's crazy.
Huh.
Sometimes people blow out ankles and stuff
I didn't
too.
know that.
Yeah, and then so Ramon beat out the guy that got second place, Mike. They call him the Mikey the Badass or something is his Instagram handle. I forget his name off the top of my head, but he got second to Chris Bumstead last year. I feel like he should cross over to open bodybuilding. He's got a little bit more of a wider waist, and I feel like he just probably is one of those types of people that struggles to get down to his weight
He's
cap.
bigger.
Yeah, and he's more built, in my opinion, for open bodybuilding. But Urs switched over to open bodybuilding, and he did fairly well. I think he was, I can't remember if he was top 10 or not. Brett Wilkin got 15th in open bodybuilding, which, you know, he looked amazing. He worked really hard to get to the Olympia stage. He's a fellow Iowa boy.
How many guys were on stage?
For Mr. Olympia, it was 20.
Okay.
So it was a big turnout. So
wow.
Brett did place. Anything outside top 15 is considered not really placing. Derek Lunsford though won the overall. Hai Chupin got second. Andrew Jack got third. Samson Dowda got fourth, and fifth was Martin Fitzwater. Martin looked really good. He got fourth place last year, but there is more of a stacked lineup this year. It was they had 4 Mr. Olympias on stage.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, and it was really cool. Like Brandon Curry, he won in 2019, and he's kind of like, he's getting older. He's kind of, he's definitely not out of shape, but there's just so many people. So many people that have just kind of like surpassed him.
Yep.
But it was cool because they called him out and put him with like the 3 more current Mr. Olympias that are in the first call out, the top 5, and they basically did like photos and posing with the top 4 Mr. Olympias on stage, which was really neat. They're like, hey, we're gonna take a break. We want to get all the Mr. Olympias out here because it's very uncommon to get 4 Mr. Olympias on the Olympia stage.
That's cool.
Yeah. Derek Lunsford looked amazing.
I've seen all these photos of him and Hadi like next to each other.
Yeah.
Well, of course, everybody's gonna be, there's gonna be people online just bitching about it.
Yeah,
and
there
so
has been.
They were like circling a bunch of like stuff in between them, and it's like
until you are, and I've done this too, but until you are sitting there at the judges panel under those lights with in person. Really, it's so much different than watching pictures and videos. Sure. Because and I don't mean this to be disrespectful at all, but like when I was watching the pay-per-view, like Samson Dowda and Andrew Jack, they're black guys. It was so hard for me to see their lines and separations just because, the lighting from where the camera was and also coming through on my TV. It was just really hard, but you can I can still tell, like, yes, they look good, they're in shape.
But when you're there, it's like.
But when they're there, it's like, holy cow.
Yeah.
And the darker complected you are, really, I feel like you almost have a little bit more of an advantage because it can cast a little bit more shadow, things like that too. And that's why the guys and girls all do spray tans, anyways. So yeah, I mean I feel like there's some upset and stuff, and I've seen some scrutiny and whatever, but it's like
you're gonna see that everywhere.
Yeah, I mean everyone has their opinion, and the judges made their decision, and I mean I feel like Derek rightfully won it. He was very, very conditioned. His back was incredible as always. He definitely brought up his legs, which in my personal opinion had been a downfall of his, and I feel like he switched up his posing because historically I feel like he posed his legs very, very wide, and like it almost looked like he got off of a horse. You know what I mean? Like he it just looked like he had his legs spread too far apart historically in his posing, and I think he made some adjustments there. I think a lot of people were disappointed with Nick Walker's placement. I don't know. He was top 10, but he was outside top 6 or top 5. He may have gotten 6th or 7th. I can't remember, but I think I read one place where people thought that he got peaked too soon. And I could see that because he was definitely dialed in and in shape, and at least in the Instagram gym photos, gym lighting or posing room lighting. But it all comes down to that day, the peaking process of those last couple of days, and he was a little bit not quite as conditioned as he usually is, I would say. But I mean, he's got a newer coach, and I think they're still trying to figure it out, and he's not done by any means. So I wouldn't count him out.
Right.
But I just feel like the legs, like some of the guys in the top 5 had prettier legs. They had more of a sweep. They just had a little bit more of a flow. Nick Walker is just that thick, rugged muscle. I mean, he knows it, but he's not known for having a pretty physique. He just has a gnarly, big physique.
Yeah, dude.
So
he's well known for a reason.
Yeah. Oh, he's incredible. Like I love following Nick Walker. I like his stuff. I want him to do good. I think it'd be awesome if he won an Olympia title someday.
He will.
But
he'll get there.
yeah. So.
And that's like it's crazy how dedicated those guys are. Like
that is their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Year after year showing up and losing and then coming back and
yeah.
for years and years and years.
And coming from me, like not talk about myself because like I'm nowhere near on that level, but
you went through the same thing,
dude. You feel beat down.
Yeah.
You walk in, you're like, all right, this is the best look I've ever brought to the stage. I feel great. I feel amazing. I feel confident. But you can only control yourself. You can't control the people that show up.
Right.
And it's at the end of the day, you'd be proud of what you brought. But like, man, when you feel like you're gonna win, and then they call your name for second, third place, it feels like a gut punch.
Right.
And you can't do anything except for just try to smile and show good sportsmanship and congratulate the winner and thank the judges and thank the fans and most importantly really thank the people that supported you that are in your corner that whole time that you're in prep.
Come back better next year.
Yep. Back to work. So
it's crazy.
Yep.
Pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah. But now we're getting into a slow time now, the slow season of bodybuilding. There's still some natural shows, and there'll still be a few NPC shows. Like Jaron's going to be here this weekend. He's I think 4 weeks out from NPC Florida show.
Florida.
Florida. He's going to Florida. His coach. He's coached by his brother-in-law, Dane. Dane comes up here once in a while and trains when they're in town visiting.
Does he live in Kansas City then too?
No, Dane lives in Florida. Dane and Elise. Elise is Jaron's sister. They used to live in Utah, but they moved to Florida recently.
So he just coaches them online, or
yeah. So, but I think Jaron made the decision he was going to compete in Kansas City, but I think he made the decision to compete in Florida now because Dane's down there. So that'd be nice too because Dane will be able to be there in person and stuff and whatnot. Yeah, Dane seems like a heck of a coach. He really prioritizes a lot of gut health, and I think he really specializes in actually helping women. He seems to be very knowledgeable. He's a really good guy. Have you seen him in here in person? Yeah.
Well, I see. Yeah, and then I seen it. Well, back in the day, yeah. And then I see his stuff all over. Instagram and.
Yeah, he puts out a lot of good information. So, yeah.
Cool, man. Well, you got anything else? I got to get rolling.
I don't think so. I should get to work.
Yeah.
So.
It's all good.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
On to the next.
On to the next one. Hey, still recording.